From the entertainment industry to the oil and gas sector, there is a black woman who has broken barriers and defied all odds to become a multi-millionaire in that sector. In this video, you will see a few of them and how they have managed to scale through and become some of the richest people in the world. Beyoncé Knowles. Kicking off this list is the one and only Queen Bey. The Texas-born celebrity is mostly known for her musical career as a group artist in the group Destiny's Child and also as a solo artist. Aside from music, she has managed to get her hands on a couple of endorsements and business deals, making her worth a whopping $540 million. She started off her music career in the late 90s and since then has been a force to be reckoned with in the music industry. She has been cited as an influence on the likes of Rihanna, Taylor Swift and Adele, amongst others. Her stage presence and performance set her apart from most of her peers, and it is something her fans look forward to during her tours. It is no wonder she managed to sell more than 1 million tickets for her Renaissance World Tour in 2023. These ticket sales made it the biggest leg of any solo Beyoncé tour yet, and the tour has also racked up high figures to the tune of $154.4 million. Speaking of her tours, although they have had records of success, especially when it comes to racking up dollars, this has been the highest so far. Her last two tours, which took place in 2018 and 2016, had a total gross of $87 million and $86.9 million respectively. Apart from her tours, she is also getting money from the sale of her records like other artists. She has sold an estimated 200 million records worldwide, making her one of the best-selling music artists of all time. Still, in the entertainment space, she has also had a fair share of starring roles in movies, including playing Diana Ross in Dreamgirls. Her influence isn't only limited to the entertainment industry. She's had a couple of collaborations with fashion brands. For one, she is currently in partnership with Balmain after bidding her partnership with Adidas farewell. She once signed a deal with Topshop, in which an activewear line, Ivy Park, was launched. Her endorsements and partnerships have not been limited to just fashion brands, as she has previously endorsed Pepsi and formed a partnership with Tommy Hilfiger for fragrances, among others. Going back to music, she became a co-owner of Tidal, a music streaming service, in 2015. With her diversification and being a force to reckon with in different industries, Queen Bey has proven that she isn't just a queen in the music world. She ranks number 48 in the Forbes 2023 list of America's self-made women with a score of 8 out of a possible 10. Rihanna. Still in the music space, our next entry is the Barbados Queen, Rihanna. The 35-year-old made sure she flipped the story in favor of herself. She started off from a poor background and has managed to find herself on the list of billionaires. Her rise to glory has given her a score of 10 over the total of 10 on the list of self-made women. It is intriguing that what she capitalized on in accomplishing this feat was her love for anything fashion and her passion for music. Although you can call her one of the most successful artists in the world, given the fact that she is the second best-selling female music artist of all time and the highest certified female artist of all time on the RIAA's top artists, the bulk of her wealth came from her company, Fenty Beauty. Fenty Beauty was the ultimate game changer for her. She simply turned her love for makeup into a profitable business. The company is estimated to be valued at $2.8 billion, with Rihanna owning 50% of the stake in the company. She also started her lingerie line, Savage X Fenty, in which she owns a 30% stake. With Rihanna, you can't keep up with the number of businesses she has up her sleeves. Her other businesses include a skincare brand, Fenty Skin, which she launched in 2020, a beauty and stylist agency named Far Ate Me, and a photo agency called A Dog Ate My Homework. Before these businesses, she had some endorsements and partnerships with mouth-watering figures attached to them. Her first fragrance, Rebel Fleur, one of many other fragrances she has endorsed, was expected to bring in $80 million. Also, her love for fashion inspired her to create timeless pieces with different brands. These brands include the likes of Armani and River Island, with which she was able to debut her first women's fashion collection at London Fashion Week. She also worked with Dior, making her the first black female to be the face of the brand. She later became the creative director of the fashion sportswear brand Puma, where she debuted her first clothing line at New York Fashion Week. Bad Girl Riri is a lot of things, and recently she added the title of mother to that of a billionaire. With her new experience, she started a new maternity line that focuses on comfortability. Her net worth of $1.4 billion is huge enough to rank her number 2083 on the Forbes list of billionaires, and also number 20 on the list of self-made women, sharing the list with the likes of Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey. This list wouldn't be complete without the queen of all media. Oprah Winfrey, who was tagged the richest African American of the 20th century, is the next entry with a whopping $2.5 billion to her name. Just like Rihanna, she also has a score of 10 on the self-made ranking. This just shows the level of how far she established herself on her own. The little girl from Mississippi managed to turn her life around even though the odds weren't in her favor. Before she became one of the biggest names in the media space, she started off with a local station in Nashville, WLAC-TV, now WTVF-TV, where she became the youngest news anchor and the first black female news anchor. For Oprah, it is easy to trace excellence from her younger days, as she made sure her background didn't get in the way of her education. She struggled and got a scholarship from Tennessee State University. And while she was in school, she was also pursuing her career. The turnaround in her career came when she started to host the Oprah Winfrey Show. The show was so big and it made quite an impression in its run from 1986 to 2011. Her entire empire was built on this show, as it was the foundation of her career. Apart from being an anchor or host, she also delved into production. And what better way to be a boss in production than having her own production company? She is currently the president of Harpo Productions, which is Oprah spelled backward. The production company has been the mastermind behind the Oprah Winfrey Show, Dr. Phil, Rachel Ray, the Dr. Oz Show, and many others. The production company had different divisions. One was a cable channel that Winfrey launched in 2011, OWN, which means Oprah Winfrey Network. 9 years after its launch, she sold most of her stake in OWN to its owner, Warner Brothers Discovery, in exchange for shares in the company. The billionaire has also had partnerships with the likes of Apple and CBS, where she joined 60 Minutes as a special contributor on the Sunday evening news magazine program. She has also made a few bucks from her writing. She has been able to contribute to the writing of 5 books, one of which is her memoir, and another is a weight loss book she co-authored with her personal trainer Bob Greene in 2005. The book was able to knock out former US President Bill Clinton's autobiography as the book with the world's highest advance fee. All these and many more investments have made her one of the richest women in the world. Janice Bryant Howroyd. The 70-year-old millionaire is the founder and chief executive officer of the Acton Group. The business, which operates on a global scale, offers workforce management, employment and procurement solutions to a variety of businesses, including Fortune 500 companies, small and medium-sized businesses, and governmental organizations. Seeing that she is not in the entertainment space like the previous women we have explored, I'm sure you are wondering how much she probably would have made from this company to keep her on this list. Well, currently she has a net worth of $600 million to her name, and it is expected since her company is working on a global scale. The company is said to have a presence in 33 countries. It also has 17,000 clients and 2,600 employees worldwide. If you are still doubting the capabilities of the company, well, the company has the capacity to rank in the billions in revenue. In 2022, the company managed to garner a whopping $1.1 billion in revenue. It's funny that this company, which is able to rack up such an amount, was started with just $1,500, which includes a loan Janice took from her mother. She also had a fax machine and a phone, and she decided to start the business in 1978. I guess you don't need much to start a business after all. As it stands, that company that started out in a little office in Los Angeles is now the largest privately held minority woman-owned personnel company founded in the US. The company has also had the likes of her brother-in-law Tom Noonan, who works at Billboard magazine, as clients. Apart from her multi-million-dollar company, she also writes books. What better way to put down her advice on how to conquer the business world than by writing it? She shared her thoughts in 2 books, Acting Up, which was released in 2019, and The Art of Work, which was released in 2009. Well, any business advice coming from her will be gold, seeing all the feats she has accomplished, and her being the first African-American woman to build and own a billion-dollar company. Janice's climb to the top has landed her in the number 42 spot on the 2023 Forbes list of America's self-made women with a score of 9 out of a possible 10. Sheila Johnson. Well, yet another woman who started off her career in the entertainment industry. Just like some of the big names mentioned earlier, Sheila has also explored different industries and is earning money from them. The only difference is that she ventured into a rather rare industry compared to the ones we have been looking at. Presently, she owns stakes in different professional sports franchises. The Washington Mystics, a club in the Women's National Basketball Association, and the Washington Wizards, a club in the National Basketball Association outside of basketball. She is also a partner in the Washington Capitals Club of the National Hockey League. Her stake in these franchises made her the first African-American woman to be an owner or partner in 3 professional sports franchises. Like I mentioned earlier, she started off in the entertainment industry as the co-founder of one of the biggest cable TV channels in the industry, Black Entertainment Network. The business was bought for $3 billion in 2001, and she went ahead to sell off her shares in the business and invest them in hotels. Like I said, she has ventured into various industries. The next industry I will be talking about is hospitality, where she has become a force to be reckoned with. She is the CEO of Salamander Hospitality, which was founded in 2005. The company has grown so big in its portfolio with the various divisions under it. For one, the Innisbrook Resort and Golf Club is a tour golf course in Palm Harbor, Florida. It includes a 620-room hotel, 4 golf courses, a spa, 3 restaurants and conference space. Other divisions include the Aurora Anguilla in the British West Indies, the Hotel Bennett in Charleston, South Carolina, Half Moon in Montego Bay, Jamaica, and the Salamander Resort and Spa in the Blue Ridge Mountains in Middleburg, Virginia. Talk about the work rate. With all she has done, it is not surprising that she was the first African-American woman to become a billionaire. Well, that's not quite all she has achieved. She has some movies in her production portfolio. Among them is Kicking It, and of course, the Butler film, which picked up a couple of nominations and wins at award shows. Her journey to the top is noteworthy and has made her one of the most highly ranked self-made women in America. With a net worth of $840 million, she ranks number 28 on the Forbes list of self-made women with a score of 9 out of a possible 10. Serena Williams. It is not surprising that one of the highest paid athletes is on this list. Well, her game on the tennis court has helped her build her net worth to a whopping $290 million. Her winnings and endorsements all contribute to her net worth. With the coaching of her father and her rare talent, she became a force to be reckoned with in the world of sports, especially tennis, cementing her place as one of the greatest of all time. Her legacy is second to none, and she has become a source of influence for the younger generation. Although she retired from tennis in 2022, she made the most money from it. At the time of her retirement, she had made $95 million from her winnings. Well, she was a serial winner who was ranked world number 1 in singles by the Women's Tennis Association for 319 weeks, so that is expected. Apart from sports, one thing Serena is big on is fashion. Oftentimes, her clothes on the tennis courts have also been the talk of the tournaments. She signed a deal with Nike after terminating her partnership with Puma and went ahead to produce her own line. In addition to this, she also has her own designer apparel line, Aneres, which is her first name spelled backward. She has also launched a signature collection of handbags and jewelry. As if that wasn't enough, she launched the first collection of her sustainable clothing line, S by Serena, which is largely inspired by 1990s streetwear. She also delved into the nail industry, going above and beyond to become a certified nail technician, all because her nail set was dropping. The multimillionaire also has endorsement deals with more than a dozen brands, and she also owns a small stake in the Miami Dolphins. She also ventured into the entertainment and writing industries, respectively. She launched a multimedia company, 926 Productions, to expand her efforts as a producer. She also had her first children's book published in September 2022. Since she basically built her career by herself right from when she was a kid, this gives her a spot on America's self-made women. She's been ranked as number 89 on the Forbes list, and since she didn't have a monetary push from her parents, she has a self-made score of a solid 9 over 10. Hajia Bola Shagaya. From the heart of Africa, our next millionaire is a Nigerian-born, international business tycoon, fashion enthusiast and political icon. Bola started off her career in the banking sector and now holds different key roles in various industries. Her career began as a member of the audit unit of the Central Bank of Nigeria, popularly called the CBN. But soon after, she wanted more for herself and decided to give in to her entrepreneurial spirit. After leaving CBN, Bola ventured into the photography industry and started the importation of photographic materials. She did not just have her country in mind, she pictured the whole of West Africa as her target audience. She introduced the Nigerian and West African markets to the Konica brand of photographic accessories. Somehow she found her way back to the banking sector and has been on the board of Unity Bank PLC for over 8 years. Throughout her career, she has worked in both real estate and the oil and gas sectors of her nation. She's currently the managing director of Practor Limited, one of Nigeria's largest importers and distributors of base oil, serving local lubricant blending plants. brands. She also has roots in the real estate industry. That's why it isn't surprising that she is the founder and CEO of Bulmus Group International, a conglomerate that has stakes in all the industries mentioned. Her real estate business cuts across different cities in Nigeria and is moving to different parts of the world thanks to the efforts of her children. They are growing the real estate empire in both Europe and the United States. We have seen all her investments and her hunger to get to the top. There is still one thing that she is keen on apart from being a career woman, and that is fashion. She is a fashion enthusiast. I mean, there is no better combination than a woman with money and a classy style. Her love and contribution to the fashion industry in her country have contributed to her being the patron of the Fashion Designers Association of Nigeria. Aside from all these investments in her country, she also has minor investments in Asia and Australia, which makes sense seeing that she has a net worth of over $950 million. Iman Abu Zaid. You see, from the list, we have had women from the entertainment industry, sports, and even oil and gas, so it's safe to say we have black women killing it in every sector. Well, there is yet another industry that another black woman is making money from, the healthcare sector. Iman, who is a Sudanese-born physician and entrepreneur, has made a fortune from creating a solution to the nursing shortage plaguing American hospitals. She is the co-founder and CEO of Incredible Health, a platform where nurses' profiles are matched with hospitals that have openings. The platform has been described as an advanced version of LinkedIn. The 38-year-old is one of the youngest on this list and has been ranked number 77 on the Forbes 2023 list of America's self-made women. She made the list with a score of 8 out of 10, which goes to show that she built her fortune by herself without being pushed financially by others. She belongs to the category of self-made women who came from a middle-class or upper-middle-class background. Since co-founding her business in 2017, the company has been able to raise millions of dollars from private investors. Just recently, in 2022, Incredible Health raised $80 million from private investors, valuing the company at $1.65 billion. Abu Zaid's role as a co-founder at Incredible Health sets her apart from other black female founders because she is one of only a select few to head a unicorn business, which is one with a market capitalization of $1 billion or more. Incredible Health has achieved major feats. One would be the connection of nurses to possible employers, and another would be that the company is the highest valued tech-enabled career marketplace in healthcare. That's just some big boss moves from Abu Zaid. From being the daughter of a Sudanese surgeon living in Saudi Arabia to getting a medical degree in the United Kingdom and then shifting to healthcare consulting in the US. This is the story of how Abu Zaid ranks among the richest women in the world with a net worth of $350 million. Emma Grede. The 40-year-old British millionaire has cemented her place in the fashion industry. She had always been into fashion since she was much younger. She started off by studying business at the London College of Fashion, but had to drop out after securing an internship at Gucci. Having completed her internship, she worked as a producer at a fashion show and event company, Inca Productions. Soon after, she founded her own company. I'm sure you'd be guessing it would be a fashion company, but it wasn't. Grede founded and was CEO of Independent Talent Brand Worldwide, a London-based talent management and entertainment marketing agency, in 2008. 10 years later, the company was sold to Rogers & Cowan, after which she left the company. Before the sale was made, she approached the Kardashian clan and proposed the idea of a denim company to them. Of course, they bought it. Who wouldn't like a money-making idea? Not long after, in 2016, the Emma and Chloe duo launched the denim company. After a while, they expanded their offerings and included dresses, activewear, tops, swimwear, sleepwear, and shoes in their line. Most likely, after seeing the success of this company, she decided to venture into another one with another of the Kardashians, Kim. Emma, her husband, and Kim came together and founded a shapewear brand, Skims, where she acts as the chief product officer. The Skims company may be one of her biggest ventures, with it being valued at $4 billion after a funding round that occurred in 2023. Kris Jenner wasn't left out of her partnership spree, as she founded the company safely with her and Chrissy Teigen. The brand was launched in 2021 and specializes in plant-based cleaning and self-care products. Apart from being a co-founder of different fashion companies, she is also an investor in the popular ABC series Shark Tank, where she made an appearance, making her the first black woman to appear on the show. She also serves as the chairperson of the 15% Pledge, a campaign encouraging retailers to set aside 15% of their shelf space for black-owned companies. With all her investments, it isn't surprising that she has a net worth of $320 million, and her journey to the top deserves accolades, which she has been rightly given as she ranks number 84 on the 2023 Forbes list of America's self-made women. She has a self-made score of 9, which shows that her journey to the top came from nothing. Njina Kenyatta. The first ever First Lady of Kenya makes this list with a net worth of $1 billion in her name. She is obviously the wife of the ex-president of Kenya and the mother of the current president of Kenya. Although she isn't into politics, she was by her husband's side as their country won its independence 60 years ago, after which her husband became president. She made quite an impact as a gift to the nation and was dubbed Mama Ngina, which means Mother of the Nation. She often got involved in supporting various community development projects. Just like many other women on this list, she has ventured into different businesses and plays a vital role in most of them. For one, in the banking industry, she and her family have a major stake in NCBA Group, one of Kenya's largest privately held banks. The bank is the third largest bank by asset value. Her family is also a stakeholder in one of Kenya's popular hotel chains, the Heritage Group of Hotels. The company has made a name for itself in its over 20 years of service to 2.5 million guests and counting. Apart from owning stakes in hotels and a bank, she also has stakes in Brookside Dairies, a dairy processing company in Kenya. Ngina and her family have 50% ownership of the company. As of 2019, the company already controlled 45% of the dairy market in the country. The power sector is not left out of her portfolio. In 2013, Kenya Power listed her as one of their largest individual investors. She owns 2.2 million shares in the company, making her a minority stakeholder. As exposed by the Pandora Papers in 2021, the family still has several offshore assets, including a company with $30 million in stocks and bonds. The family also managed to acquire MediaMax, one of Kenya's largest media companies, from its owner. The media company has assets like a radio station, Kamimi FM, among others. The 90-year-old is said to own stakes in almost half of the multinationals in different sectors in her country. These sectors include real estate, banking, manufacturing and farming, which I have previously mentioned. Folorunsho Alakija. Once known as the richest woman in Nigeria, the vice chairman of Famfa Oil takes a spot on this list with a net worth of $1 billion, as ranked by Forbes in 2020. Just like the other Nigerian on this list, she started her career in the banking industry and was there for 12 good years. She worked as the executive secretary to the managing director before transitioning into different roles. Then her love for fashion and creativity set in, and Folorunsho decided to leave the banking life behind to pursue fashion at the American College in London and the Central School of Fashion. After she completed her studies, she began her own company, a fashion label known as Supreme Stitches, which was later refurbished as the Rose of Sharon House of Fashion. Her fashion company has had high-profile individuals like Mrs. Babaginda, the wife of the former president of Nigeria, Rockets Fit. Well, the fashion label was the starting point for her. Being the passionate entrepreneur that she is, she decided to set up related businesses. She expanded and started the Rose of Sharon Prints and Promotions, which specialized in monogramming and screen printing for promotional and gift items. The company later changed its name to Digital Reality Print Limited and expanded into highly technical digital large format printing. Back to her journey in the fashion world, her love and dedication to the fashion industry were recognized, and she became the president and lifelong trustee of the Fashion Designers Association of Nigeria. In her position as president, she left a legacy that revolved around the promotion of Nigerian culture through fashion and style. Before the launch of her fashion label, she had another industry to take over in mind. This was the oil and gas sector, in which she was already laying the foundation for her family's company, Famfa Oil. The company is where the bulk of her money comes from. She is currently the executive vice chairman of the oil exploration and production business, Famfa Oil Limited. The company is one of the largest indigenously owned exporters of crude oil in Nigeria. It has a stake in Agbami oil field, a prolific offshore asset, and is a partner with large companies like Chevron and Petrobras. In addition to the fashion and oil industries, she also has some sort of link to the real estate sector. She is the executive vice chairman of Dayspring Property Development Company Limited, a real estate company with roots in Nigeria. Her dedication and drive over the years have earned her multiple entries on the Forbes list of the world's 100 most powerful women. Shonda Rhimes. I'm capping this list with another millionaire in the entertainment industry. With an interesting filmography, the 53-year-old became one of the wealthiest black women in the industry, with a net worth of $250 million. The American television producer and screenwriter is the founder of the production company Shondaland. The company has been behind popular shows like How to Get Away with Murder and Scandal, among many others. As a result of some of the movies or series she has produced or written, we have been able to see the likes of Viola Davis, Kerry Washington, and many other A-list actors grace grace our TV screens. Before she became a star in the industry, she started her career as an intern working for Deborah Martin Chase. The duo worked on The Princess Diaries 2 together. Shonda also had the opportunity to work at Mundy Lane Entertainment, Denzel Washington's entertainment company. Rhimes made the switch from traditional TV to Netflix in 2017, inking a 5-year at least $100 million contract with the streaming platform. We don't have to be told that the deal went so well for both parties, seeing that the deal was extended in 2021. Just like she has produced and written magnificent movies and series on traditional TV, she totally killed it on streaming. One major project she has been a part of is Bridgerton, where she is the producer. She was also part of the team on the television drama miniseries Inventing Anna. In the course of her career, she has won a Golden Globe Award, awards from the Writers Guild of America, and many others. With the help of her mentor, Deborah Chase, the producer of Cheetah Girls, she was able to find her way to the top, of course, with her talent and hard work. She basically built her empire on her own. This feat has earned her the number 96 spot on the Forbes list of America's self-made women, with a self-made score of 8 out of 10. Other recognition she has received over the years includes being ranked number 93 and number 18 on the Forbes list of powerful women and highest paid entertainers respectively. Yeah, that is all from me. I'm sure you enjoyed the video as much as I did. Click on any of the cards on the screen to keep you entertained.